to welcome you back to Black Site Tonight. We're going to talk about the United States Supreme Court rejects affirmative action for Harvard and North Carolina. That basically means that affirmative action is dead. First, I would like for you to subscribe to this channel, put that like button, put that notification button, but also comment on this video. The United States Supreme Court, the conservative Trump court, has decided to kill affirmative action for colleges in America. That means no college will be able to use affirmative action to put more African Americans, ADOS, FBA into their university. So it basically will go all on your grades. That means you will see more Asians at the Ivy League schools and less black people at their schools. This is a huge decision, but this is only the beginning. Affirmative action in 2023 is basically dead, and that includes for jobs or anything else that you happen to need affirmative action for. This is what the conservative agenda has been looking for the past 60 years. This is why Trump was so important to the Supreme Court when he put those judges on there. Eventually, abortion and affirmative action were going to be lost, and it was lost today. This is why it was so immediate that we took advantage of affirmative action. In this way, I mean, we should have emphasized education more in the black community. There is no going to be any more handouts when it comes to education anymore. You're on your own. So it doesn't matter if you come from inner city Detroit and somebody comes from Macomb County in Michigan. If you don't have the best grades, I don't know if they still using the SAT or the ACT, you won't get into that university. And this is basically what they're saying. If you're not qualified, you will not get into any of these universities. And they have been at this, knocking on the door for years with the Texas and the Michigan decisions. And now they finally knocked down the door when it comes to affirmative action. This is going to help rally the Democrat Party, especially African Americans. You are going to see a huge turnout in 2024, just like you're going to see a huge turnout when it comes to women because of an abortion. This is huge for the Democrat Party, but this is going to hurt African Americans who want to go to some of these exclusive schools like North Carolina, Michigan, Stanford, Texas. They will no longer be able to use race and other qualifications to try and get you into those institutions. This is what they wanted. They got it. And let me tell you something. A lot of times, the progressive and liberals look like they're winning, but they're not. This shows you the power of what Trump did when he was in office. When he put in those Supreme Courts for life, he knew that he would make decisions that would change the way of America. And he did it with the abortion and the affirmative action decision. Now, you're going to see the Democrats react. You're going to see the many black politicians react. You're going to see a mobilization like you've never seen before in America because the Supreme Court rejected affirmative action and it's now dead. Because if it's dead in colleges, it's going to be dead in the workplace. You're going to see a lot of workplace saying we don't have to hire any diversity inclusive hires anymore. It is virtually over. This is why during them 60 years, so I repeat, we should have took advantage. Made education our number one priority when it comes to our kids. No more dropouts. None of that BS. Now, those in charge don't have to hire us, don't have to let us in their schools. They can basically say that you're not qualified. And believe me, you know who were primarily against affirmative action? It was the Asian community. They fought for many years to make sure that if you had the best grades, that you will not be disqualified from going to Harvard, Yale, Brown, Princeton, Cornell, Stanford, California. Now they can have as many seats as they want if they are qualified. I don't know what we're going to do. I know you can go ahead and march and have and sing hymns. But once the Supreme Court's come down with a decision like this, it's hard to overturn that decision, especially when you got 6 people on the Supreme Court that are conservative. So right now, we're going to have to do our best when it comes to education, because there is no more handouts. Now, whenever you have a freshman class, you better believe there are going to be lawyers watching all around the country. What are the grades? Basically, you're going to have to show that you're not using affirmative action in your schools. And this is a tough decision. This is a tough decision for diversity, especially your elite schools, because they don't have to let you in anymore. See, this is what happens when you have an effective president like Donald Trump. Most people say he was very effective. He was effective in getting those people on that Supreme Court because they make the huge decisions when it comes to affirmative action, when it comes to voting, when it comes to LGBTQ issues. They make the decisions. And the decisions that were made today will possibly hurt the black community, or will it rally us into being a better, more effective educational community? There is no more handouts. It's over. Affirmative action is dead in colleges and possibly on your job. I want to thank you for listening to Black Site. I hope you subscribe to this channel. Smash that like button, but also share this video.